One of the strangest myths floating around the internet is the idea that people with Rhesus Negative Blood Type have copper-based blood instead of iron-based blood. It sounds dramatic, exotic, almost alien. There's just one problem. It's biologically impossible. Not unlikely, not controversial, impossible. And the reason is actually very simple, once you understand how blood works. Human blood is red because of iron. Human blood uses a molecule called hemoglobin to carry oxygen around the body. At the centre of hemoglobin is iron. Iron binds to oxygen in the lungs and releases it into tissues, so your organs stay alive. That iron is the reason your blood is red. No iron, no human oxygen transport system. And this applies to Rhesus positive people, Rhesus negative people, and every single human alive. Rh negative blood does not replace iron with copper. It simply lacks one specific surface protein, called the Rh factor. That's all. Copper-based blood exists, but not in humans. Now this is where people get confused. Some animals actually do use copper instead of iron. Creatures like crabs, lobsters, octopuses, horseshoe crabs. They use a complex, different oxygen-carrying molecule called hemocyanin. Instead of iron, it contains copper. And instead of red blood, their blood appears blue. Why? Because copper changes colour when oxygen binds to it. That system evolved in completely different branches of life. Humans do not have it. Not partially, not secretly, not in Rh negative people. If Rh negative people had copper blood, they would literally be blue. This is the part people never think through. If your blood were copper-based, your blood would not be red. Your entire oxygen system would function differently. Your biology would not match human physiology. Doctors would notice instantly. Every blood cell on Earth would show it. Hospitals would be in chaos, trying to explain why millions of people suddenly had non-human biochemistry. Instead, Rh negative blood behaves exactly like normal human blood, because it is normal human blood. The only difference is the absence of the Rhd antigen. That's it. People confuse different with non-human. Rh negative blood already sounds mysterious to people because it is less common. It can affect pregnancy compatibility. It clusters in certain populations. So conspiracy theories grow around it. Then someone hears, copper blood exists in some animals, and suddenly the internet turns to, maybe Rh negative people have copper blood. That leap makes no scientific sense whatsoever. It's like saying, birds lay eggs, reptiles lay eggs, therefore chickens are secretly lizards. Similarity does not equal identity. Your body could not hide a different blood chemistry. This is another important point. Blood chemistry is not subtle. If humans had a different oxygen-carrying system, medicine would know. Biology textbooks would know. Every surgeon, nurse and lab technician would know. You cannot secretly swap the core, respiratory, chemistry of a species and somehow keep it hidden. That would be like secretly replacing petrol with orange juice in car engines and expecting nobody to notice. Rh negative blood is still fascinating without fake science. Here comes the ironic thing. Rh negative blood is already genuinely interesting. Its evolutionary history, distribution, and genetics are all worth discussing. But people keep attaching nonsense to it because fantasy spreads faster than biology. The truth is, Rh-negative people are fully human. They are just from a more ancient line. Their blood is iron-based like everyone else's. The Rh factor is simply a protein marker. Nothing more exotic is required. The internet loves turning ordinary biological variation into mythology. And while myths can be fun, there comes a point where basic science matters. Humans are iron-based oxygen breathers. All humans. If Rh-negative blood were copper-based, your blood would be blue. Your biology would be radically different. Modern medicine would have discovered it immediately. So no, Rh-negative people are not crustaceans, and no amount of TikTok conspiracy videos is going to change how hemoglobin works. We were only ever known as blue bloods because those of the pure Serpent bloodline are very pale-skinned, and therefore the blue veins show through their skin. But veins in humans are not blue because our blood is blue. Why veins look blue even though your blood is red? One of the biggest reasons people get confused about blue blood myths is because they look at the veins under their skin and think, if my veins are blue, maybe my blood is blue too. But your blood is not blue, not even slightly. Human blood is always some shade of red. The reason veins appear blue has nothing to do with copper, alien genetics, or hidden blood chemistry. It comes down to light, skin, and how your eyes interpret colour. Your blood is never blue. First, let's clear up a very common myth. Even blood returning to the lungs, the darker, oxygen-poor blood in veins, is still red. It's just a darker red than oxygen-rich arterial blood. If you open up a vein, please don't, the blood would come out dark red, not blue. Doctors, nurses, surgeons, and phlebotomists see this every day. So why do veins look blue? Because light behaves strangely when it passes through skin. Here's a simple version. Sunlight contains many colours. When light hits your skin, some colours penetrate deeper than others. Some colours get absorbed. Some bounce back into your eyes. Red light travels deeper into tissue and tends to get absorbed more easily. Blue light scatters more and is reflected back toward your eyes more efficiently. So when you look at veins under skin, your brain interprets the returning light as bluish. Your veins are not blue, the light is. Skin works like a filter. Think of skin like frosted glass over a coloured object. The object underneath may not actually be the colour you perceive, because the covering changes how light travels. Your skin absorbs some wavelengths, scatters others, changes contrast and depth perception. This optical effect makes veins appear blue, bluish-green and purple, depending on skin tone, lighting, vein depth. If blood were actually blue, you'd know immediately. This is the part conspiracy theorists never think through. Animals with copper-based blood, like horseshoe crabs, have visibly different blood when exposed. Human blood does not behave that way. When blood is drawn from a vein, it is dark red. When exposed to oxygen, it becomes brighter red. At no point does it turn blue. If humans had copper-based blood, hospitals would know, laboratories would know, every injury would reveal it instantly. There is no hidden blue blood system in Rh-negative people or anyone else. Why the myth keeps spreading. People combine 3 things. Veins look blue. Some animals really do have blue blood. Rh negative blood already sounds mysterious. And suddenly the internet invents Rh negative people must have blue blood. But visually, blue veins are just an optical illusion created by skin and light physics. That's all. The simple truth. Your veins look blue because skin filters light, blue wavelengths scatter differently. Your eyes interpret the reflected light that way, not because your blood is blue, and definitely not because Rh negative people are secretly crustaceans. I find this topic so amusing because so many people tend to believe it, and yet it's just basic biology. So I hope this has cleared this up and we can put to bed these silly ideas. Anyway, thanks for watching, and just for those of you who keep saying I'm AI, no, I am not AI. I am a human, and I've spoke like that just so you'll know. An AI cannot change the tones like that. I am human. Right, that's all for now. Bye bye.